Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa and I'm a flight attendant for a major US airline, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Today I want to talk about the pros and cons of being a flight attendant. So I want to talk about 3 pros and 3 cons, but we'll start with the cons first. Let's start with the bad news and then we'll roll in with the good news. So I'm here. I'm just on day 1 of a 4-day trip. I'm in Nashville. I've never been to Nashville before, but I thought I would make this video instead only because it is 4:30 right now and I have to be ready and downstairs at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to hit the gym, I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to shower and I'm going to sleep. Are you ready? Let's roll into it. Okay, so I've been flying for a year. And I've always wanted to be a flight attendant, but I pursued a different sort of career for the money and to be a financially responsible adult. But it's not where my heart was. So I made a change. And so I've been flying for about a year. I got my dream job. Wasn't easy. I interviewed 4 times. I interviewed with a big airline like 5-7 years ago, and then I interviewed with 3 of the major legacy carriers here in the US, and I got hired. So when I applied for the job and went to training, I thought I knew everything. I thought this was going to be just all roses and nothing could go wrong, and it was going to be everything that I had ever dreamed of. Now it is, but at some point, the rose-tinted glasses came off and reality set in. And there were some things that I wouldn't say not prepared. They weren't like a complete shock, but they were harder than I thought. And so I just want to be honest with those. So the first one is you will have an erratic schedule. There will be no more normalcy in your life. No more Monday through Friday. So I came from a Monday through Friday sort of job, and I was used to hitting the gym straight after and having the weekends off, going to bed at a certain time, waking up at a certain time. When you're a flight attendant, your schedule changes. Like tomorrow I need to be up and ready at 4:30 a.m. This morning I had to be at the gate at 6:50. Sometimes you don't report until later, but your normal schedule is going to cease to exist. Weekends, you probably won't have weekends off for years. And holidays, you won't have those off for years either. Now, it isn't all doom and gloom, because what I've done is I've learned to celebrate the holidays in other ways. I'll celebrate it the day before or after, or I will start new traditions. And that's sort of what I've been doing with my family. Yeah, that's as far as holidays go. What has been really hard for me is the gym time. I miss having that structured gym time because I used to hit the gym Monday through Friday, and then I would have the weekends off. Now, the hotels always have gyms, but I'll have all and every intention of going to the gym. Sometimes our work days are 10 hours. Sometimes they're longer than 10 hours. And sometimes, you get to the hotel later than you had expected, or you're more tired than you had expected, and you still had to wake up early. So even though the motivation was there in the morning, by the time I get to the gym sometimes in the evening, or whenever I do get to the gym, it's really hard because I'm just exhausted by that time. And sometimes it's just barely enough time to eat and shower and go to bed and get some rest. So yeah, you won't have a normal schedule. Okay, con number 2, the downside. Reason number 2 is unless you live in a city where your airline is based and you're awarded that base, you will have to either move or commute. And most airlines, if not all of them, will ask you to move because it's too risky to commute. During probation, you can never ever be late. That's grounds for immediate termination. But even after probation, being late to a sign-in, not showing up for a trip, that does not fly. You will get in serious trouble and can lose your job. And just think of it. So you have a flight that's depending on you, and all these passengers are depending on you. And if you're late, then you cause that flight to get out late. If you don't show up, it causes that, delays with that flight. And it's a domino effect, because if that flight goes out late or doesn't go out, it affects the flight after that airplane was supposed to fly. So it costs the company lots and lots and lots of money. So you have to be punctual, can never be late. So commuting, when I commute, I'm always sacrificing like the day off before I'm scheduled to work to devote to traveling. And sometimes I will spend all day traveling, because I will take the first flight out to ensure that I am in base by midnight. So yeah, I get 12 days off a month, but some of those are spent commuting. So it's like even in my downtime, I'm in an airplane. So that's starting to get a little bit old. But, I accepted this job at a time when the real estate market was in an upward tick. We're currently, everyone is feeling the pains of inflation, so everything is more expensive. Groceries, utilities, mortgages, rents, everything. So it's just tough. And that leads me into number 3. The biggest con for me has been the pay. I am making significantly less than what I was making in real estate. And that was a big adjustment. I thought it would be okay. I thought I was going to make more than I am. But I know what keeps me going is I don't regret my decision. I love, 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 love my job. And I know eventually that wage is going to be a decent wage. I just have to get there, and I'm already 1 year in, and it's gone by like this. They say, time flies when you're having fun, and I'm really having fun. So I just need to, keep steady, keep the course, and that pay will get to where I need it to be. In the meantime, I can supplement my income doing different things. So that's what I do, and that's what a lot of other flight attendants do. So I know I'm not the only one. This job has a lot of benefits that I didn't have with my other job, like health benefits, retirement, 401k, all of that. So all in all, this was a very good choice for me. It was the choice. I'm happy, and it gives me all these other things, important adult things that I need in life. So those were my 3 cons. The erratic schedule, having to move or commute, and the pay. So those are the 3 things that are not that great about this job. Let's talk about the pros. Let's talk about the good things about the job. Are you ready? So I'll give you 3 reasons, 3 positive things about being a flight attendant. Number 1 is, you get to travel for a living. What is better than that if you're someone who loves traveling? I honestly still feel like I'm dreaming. I feel like this has been a great, big, long vacation. On the upside, I'm spending less money, but you know what? I feel like I don't really have a need to spend money, because I feel like I'm on vacation. I pack food, I'm in different destinations, I go out and I do the free activities. Sightseeing, taking a walk in a new city, that doesn't cost anything. You can find local food. You can try local food that is inexpensive. That's something that you can do. Souvenirs, you can buy postcards. So I feel like I'm on vacation, so I'm not at home spending money, shopping, buying stuff just for the sake of buying stuff. So that's kind of like evened out a little bit. But yeah, you get to travel for a living. If you're someone that loves to travel, like, that's amazing. It doesn't feel like work at all. Number 2, you get to help people. And that's also why I liked real estate. I liked helping people. And you meet so many different people who are traveling for various reasons. You have first-time flyers, and first-time flyers aren't necessarily always children. Sometimes they're adults, and sometimes they genuinely have a fear. I don't mind turbulence. I think it's, I think it's a little bit fun. But there's just people that are terrified. It's their first time on an aircraft, and they have a phobia. And so being able to just talk to them and, kind of calm their fears and kind of go over what they might expect to hear or see, or the whole process of flying. And that helps like ease their nerves a little bit. And then afterwards, when you're greeting them and you're saying goodbye to them, and they like are happy that they're finally getting off the airplane and it wasn't as bad, like that is just, I feel good because I was able to help someone just kind of get through that flight. Maybe they're traveling for an emergency, maybe they had no choice but to get on that plane, and it was fine. So I enjoy that a lot. People travel for various reasons. Sometimes people are traveling for not so pleasant reasons, funerals, or they're going to visit someone who's ill. And sometimes just being an ear to hear, what they're going through, and give them a smile and tell them, that you're there if they need anything. Like that goes a long way. And last but not least, the third, one of the greatest things about being a flight attendant, in my opinion, is that you will build so much self-confidence within yourself. You will feel empowered. Now, I was already a pretty confident person. I've always been someone to just learn things and figure it out and not take no for an answer, and just figure out how things work, and if there's a problem, how to find a solution. But there's some things that I'm afraid that I was afraid of taking public transportation, a subway on my own. I was afraid of navigating different airports, terminals, being late for somewhere, being in a city, being in a country on my own. I've traveled, but I've never had to do it completely on my own. And now it just comes natural. I feel like such a strong person. I've learned so much. I have a lot of self-confidence because of this job. Not only because of the reasons I just stated, but because in training and through the job itself, and this mindset that you have to adopt, you have to remember that you are responsible for 200 to 300 passengers on an airplane in the sky somewhere. It's just you. It's just you and a few other flight attendants, sometimes only 3 other flight attendants, and 200 or 300 passengers, and you must problem solve whatever it is. You have to be gracious and hospitable. You also have to be a quick thinker, and you have to be a problem solver. Because it's just you, it's you, and you have your fellow flight attendants, your barriers, but that's it. So you just have to get in the problem solving mindset. There's no one there to help you. You have to make it work. You have to diffuse situations, learn how to handle emergencies. If there's something happening up in the sky, you have to handle the emergency, whether it be, a fire or a medical emergency. You're trained to do it. And, above all else, above all else, you are there to ensure that passengers are safe and that you get them to their destination safely. That is our role. And we are trained and we are confident in it, There have been some times when you've had to, depend on your skills. And it's oftentimes when you weren't even expecting it. It was just going to be a normal day, and all of a sudden, okay, you snap into this other person. All that takes, it takes precedence in a way, but you're also balancing everything else. You can't focus all your attention there because you still have a whole plane, but you ensure that the help that is needed, is given. And so that within itself, you just get so much, you feel empowered, you gain confidence, you feel good about yourself, you feel good about helping people, at the end of the day, I'm there to help people, and I will do that, you know, till the very end. So, and I will say, being a flight attendant is more than serving drinks and handing out snacks and smiling and you know, showing you how to buckle your seatbelt. We're there for safety. We're there to handle even the most extreme cases. And we are thoroughly trained, and you know, we are thoroughly retrained, and every flight we go through it all in our own mind, and constantly going over these things in preparation, because your safety, our passenger safety, is our priority. And so, you know, you don't think about all these things. I didn't think about all these things. I remember calling home and, you know, talking to my mom about training, and you know, she was like, oh, you learn, you know, you're learning more than to just serve drinks. And I was like, yeah. Even though I knew training was going to entail more than that, I had no idea how much more. But I feel grateful to have received all of that training, and it was not easy. It was difficult. 6 weeks of very, 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 very long days. Erratic schedules. I think they're preparing us then. Erratic schedules, studying even after training was over. And like, it really, like, halfway through mentally, I had not failed any exams. You can't fail any exams. But I had not failed any exams, but it started to mess with me mentally. I thought, is this really what I want to do? About halfway through, I was homesick. It was just a lot of pressure on me. And my family talked me into staying. I was already halfway through it. They gave me a pep talk, and I thought I was gonna walk away. I didn't walk away, and I'm so glad that I didn't. I'm so glad that my family was there for me. Because when I graduated, that was the greatest feeling ever. To know that lots of people apply, lots of people interview, and a few get chosen, a few get invited to go to training, and you know, some of them don't pass training. So I don't take that lightly. I am proud. I am proud to wear my wings. I'm proud to work for the company. And you know, that's all I have to say. So those are my 3 pros. Those are my 3 cons. If you have any questions, you know, let me know. If you have any comments, let me know. Maybe there's a pro that you want to know about, or maybe there's a pro that I didn't mention, or maybe there's a con. Let me know. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. I'm here for you. I think most of the airlines, or many of the airlines, are still hiring. If you're interested, now's the time to apply. Get in there, start building your seniority up, and maybe we'll fly together. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And to see new videos about my layovers, or I'll try to make more of these videos, more content, more you know, a little bit more about what the job entails, then I'll do that. Any suggestions for future episodes, let me know. Anyways, hit subscribe for more videos, hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and until next time, thanks guys, thanks for tuning in.